Hey there everyone, Hitesh here, and welcome to another Saturday Live. Hope you are here. Hope YouTube is sending some notification. And hey, Muthu is here. So always, just like always, he gets all the notification and he's always the first one to show up. So hey, welcome on board. And first, let me quickly go ahead and enable the regular stuff, slow mode and stuff. I need to go back and click on too many stuff for that. And yes, today we are using different mic because turns out I didn't like that mic which is just there. It was not working out for me at least. Let me see if more people are up here. Uh, hey Arinban, how are you? Good evening to you as well. Hey, how are you? How's it going on for you? Hey Samir from Instagram. Hi Hitesh from YouTube. Nice going on for you. Okay, Sanjeev Sharma IBS. Hello, sir. How are you? I'm doing good. Hope you're doing good as well. Amir says, hello from Iran. Hey, how's it going on for you in Iran? Ankit Srivastav, namaste, sir. Namaste to you as well. Okay, so looks like YouTube is having some issues. Why my YouTube is so slow today? Like I'm able to stream nicely, but I'm not able to open up pages that much nicely. That is a weird one. Okay, Satyendra says, good evening, big fan. Hey Satyendra, thank you so much and welcome to the Saturday Live. Our Netflix series is live. Yes, we are going to derive a lot of conversation today on cloud, and you can feel free to ask all the questions and everything that you have regarding the cloud, or of course, if you want to, but feel free to just ignore the course. We won't be talking much on the course. We would be talking rather in general and whole stuff that you want to ask. Okay. Now, finally, I can see my panel loaded up. And let me quickly go ahead, go to control room and manage all the settings up here. Okay, so just give me a few more seconds and then we'll start the discussion and everything. I don't know why YouTube doesn't give me these customization settings on the go to enable the slow mode and stuff. I would love to just ping it up here all the time and stuff like that. But, you know, it's YouTube. We are demanding too much from them. Okay, so let's go up there and there we go. Okay, now stuff looks sorted and we can have a discussion. Okay, so let's get started and okay, upgrade 2 say what's your favorite song? There's not one, there's a lot here. Euphoria band, a lot from Gel band, and a lot of singers are there. So I don't listen to too many, but yeah, I'm still into songs, and you might see a lot of songs in the end of the video. A lot of people are fan of it, so thank you so much. And yes, I do have a taste in music. I don't like everything, but yeah. Okay, so Mahmoud says, where are your glasses? They are just right here. Do you want them? I'm not gonna do a giveaway of these glasses. I found them just in a nearby shop. They're good. They don't get much strain on my eyes. At least my eyes are not that much red they used to be, so it's fine. Okay. Do you use GeoFiber? No, I don't use GeoFiber. I'm still on to an Airtel line. Didn't need for that. No guest today. Guests are surprise. It's not really compulsory that every time we're gonna have a guest, and otherwise, how I'm gonna talk to you? We need more time, or I need to spend more time with you to understand, to answer your question, and whenever there is, okay, there are more questions and fun stuff coming up in. So let me bring them on board. So there was a nice question. Okay, so thank you for the GS course. It was great learning from you. Hey, thank you so much. And okay, Beast says, hello, man. I'm a fan. Hey, thank you so much. Describe your tattoo. Uh, Maybe someday. There are a lot of meanings behind these tattoos, why I got them, especially this one. It has a lot of stories behind it. My brother also got this one, but mine is having a lot of story and a lot of thing behind it. Tattoo and price is not an issue when you are going for a tattoo. You are going for a tattoo which is going to be always with you, so do you want to go cheap for that? So that's the big question. It's going to be staying with you forever, so always choose the place which is more hygienic, and make sure you choose a good artist, because bad artists can make f here. Views on the new cabinet reshuffle. It doesn't matter to me. It's just politics. It's just all same. Okay, what's your internet speed, Hitesh? I guess I'm using a line of 200 Mbps. One line is 200 Mbps and another one is also 200 Mbps, and it's a kind of a backup line that I have. The major one that I use is from Airtel. How to maintain your health? Hit the gym, work out, do running, push-ups, that's kind of thing. Follow me on Instagram. I do a lot of posts and stuff there. Okay, do you know Jagdish Codes? Not yet. Haven't like seen any videos, or does he make videos or write books? I haven't met him, but I would love to meet him. That's always open. Okay. We need this AWS. So yes, a new course on AWS is out, and I'm pretty sure most of you might have already seen the video. If not, go ahead, check it out, or check it out later on once you are free and stuff like that and stuff. Okay. Invite some of us on live for better interaction. I can, but I need to make sure that who is coming onto the live, what kind of questions do you have, or do you have something to share, like your company experience or something you have built that experience. And some things are important for me, stuff like, do you have good mic at least? Videos, I expect that most of you might not be having a pro video quality that is acceptable to me, but a bad microphone is something that is really a game changer for me. So I need to understand. So if you are having some of the experience you want to share from a company, you work somewhere, you are open here. Come up here. And I also need to understand, are you scared of camera or not? I've seen a lot of people lip sealing in on a camera. So okay, stuff like that. Golang versus Node.js. What is the context here? What you're trying to build? Is it a startup? Are you talking about a company at a scale of Dropbox, Uber, Google, or we are talking about startups here? So there are a lot of variables before choosing a tech stack. It's not a random decision usually. Okay, how do you deal with stress? What are your hobbies? Interesting. Uh, this making of the videos is actually my hobby. This is not my full-time work. So this is one of the stuff. And Saturday Live is also, it can also be counted under as hobbies. And apart from this, hitting the gym is one of my hobby. Playing basketball, like I'm not that person who consider playing PUBG as a hobby. That is not something. Outdoor real basketball game, that's one of the thing I love. And apart from this, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hanging out with my friends and chill. Making YouTube videos is one of my hobby. I still don't do it as a full-time job, so yeah. Your TEDx video is awesome. Hey, thank you so much. I have given I guess three TEDx talk now. So go ahead, check it out. These are good talks. Saturday Live is cool. Hey, thank you so much. And go ahead, hit the like if you really like that. Okay, so nice question here by Aditya Malik. He says, hey Tesh, I got AWS Architect certified last week. Hey, congratulations. I'm a software developer looking for a job more inclined towards cloud. Could you recommend the best way to switch? The best way to switch is, because you're already a software developer, so start in the same company, start moving more into the DevOps role, and you have to go through with the junior DevOps and all these kinds of role. So just getting the associate level certificate is not going to be good. You need to be really good with the hands-on experience and building up the architecture there, and then you can probably give some of the interviews. So I think you're already almost there, but I highly recommend to stay a little, because what you learn in the certification and you are just certified is not that much enough. You need more in-depth knowledge about VPCs and stacks and handling the CI/CD pipeline and stuff. So start working on that, and then write specifics in your resume when you're applying to another company or you're upgrading in the same company. That's important. Okay, Sri says, Sritaj says, any plan on Swift course? Would love to see one. There are a lot of things in the plan. I sadly cannot share what's coming up next as a course because it puts extra pressure on me, and sometimes the course takes longer and there's a lot of editing that happens. Sometimes, like this AWS course was almost done in probably 100-120 videos, but then I realized that I need to go a little bit more in depth, so I waited more. Instead of releasing out 120 videos, I thought 170. It took 170 videos to actually going in like, this is now I like. So I don't, that's the reason mainly that I don't like to share what's coming up as a new course, but definitely there's always something cooking up. And one course usually takes 2 to 3 months, and if it is a longer one, it usually takes 4 months to build up. That's why there are always multiple courses in the pipeline going on, study and all of that. So yeah, but maybe Swift, I can post some YouTube videos on that. I'll try that. Okay, what is the red box beneath the monitor? Audio modulator. Yes, it's not exactly a modulator. It's a Scarlett box. Yeah, you can say it's kind of an audio controlling device because I'm using an XLR today and not the regular mic. I hated that mic. It was good, but it was too silent for me. I needed a little bit boost that I get from this box, so that's important for me. Ashutosh, okay. Ashutosh says, are you married? No, not yet. Okay. Next is from Ishan. I bought the MERN course last year, but I'm learning it now. It seems enjoyable. It is enjoyable, and really good that you are starting it now. Happy for you that finally you got some time. I know, understand. I can understand fully that life can be a little bit busy sometimes. Illuminati. Yes, of course. In fact, I think I should put up a form, Google form on my website that if you want to join the Illuminati, you can fill up this form and we'll contact you. We'll give you a tattoo for free in the case you are Illuminati or you want to join the club. Sahil. Hey Sahil, how's it going on for you? I know there is a blog mention in my queue. I need to finish reading that up and then post it. I'll do that soon. Okay, so let's pick up. Do you suggest AWS course for Angular developer? See, the point is, I think a basic level of AWS knowledge is essential regardless of what your domain is. Whether you write code in Spring or React, Node, Angular, PHP even, whatever the stack you write, majority of the stuff or some part of the entire product is being dependent on AWS. So knowing AWS is really, really important. So you have to learn it. So it doesn't matter what your stack is, bare minimum basic knowledge of AWS is something like really important now. Okay, there's a super chat. So let me go there first. And okay, there's a super chat by Satyam Karan. Thank you so much for the super chat. And there's another one here. Let me bring that up. Okay, it's by Shafa, a little bit on the financial advising. How to buy stock of companies like Apple, Google, Microsoft from India by using which online platform? There are a couple of them. IndMoney is one of them. There are a couple of other platforms as well. But my point is, be very careful when you're buying US stock because there is a lot that happens when you buy and you see all these people that, hey, I buy Apple stock or Microsoft stock. That's great because they have a lot of abundance money. When you're buying just few stock, maybe you want to buy, let's just say $2,000 worth of stock for Apple, $3,000. There's a lot that is involved in that case because you have to pay taxes, you have to convert the money, and when that money comes back again, there's on taxes on that. There's a lot of taxes on that. So probably the amount of money that you are going to be increasing there, it might not be that much after paying all the taxes. There is a lot of variety of taxes that goes in. So be careful. And again, if you wish, IndMoney is one of them, but there are others as well. If you have worked previously in some of the US based companies, they also give you these stock options as RSU, so they also give you an account. So there are a couple of ways. Okay. Is it worth learning Angular? I was a Java Spring developer. If you're a Java Spring developer, you should really go for Angular, because majority of the project which uses Spring nowadays in the front end, they are using Angular all the way in. So Angular and Spring is almost becoming like Node and React. They are coming all close together. So okay, let's move on and try to bring up more questions. Oh, I saw Anirudh as well. Yeah, end money. Yeah, end money is one of them. But again, as I said, be very cautious before investing in the US market. A lot of taxes, man. Okay, joined persistent. My learning track is quality engineer, but I love development. So move into development. If you love development, just give it a try. Maybe not as a job, but as kind of a hobby on the weekends. Maybe you will love development more, just like I did it. I switched from infosec community to the development community. It's not like I'm totally away from the infosec. I still keep an eye on a lot of things. We have still a discussion group on with all of my old friends, and I still keep in touch with Nikhil and all these other people. So yeah, that's nice. Okay, there's another super chat, so we're gonna take that first, obviously. Okay, so this one is, sir, I want to be DevOps engineer at Google. That's very specific. Sir, it's mandatory to be good in data structure algorithm, and what skill should I have been learning? If you want to become specifically DevOps engineer, DSA is not going to play that much of a heavy significant role, because the the interview round that you go through in the Google, it's different for different positions. It's not like every time there is a DS, like obviously there's obviously a DSA round in almost all positions, because scalability is something that you understand only after learning about the data structure. So it's going to be there, but you don't need to be that much pro in data structure as a programmer needs to become. So just go through with the basics of it, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, your DevOps game should be really high. And again, I really don't understand this specific thing that I want to be just DevOps engineer at Google. This is really very specific. In the companies like Google, you get a shuffling a lot, and especially the DevOps, it's moving into production at Google. That's going to require a little bit more time. So I highly recommend that you don't just aim for becoming a junior DevOps right straight away at Google. Try with different companies. Like one of the person that I know, I know him, not a good friend, like okayish friend. Don't take it personally, my buddy. I'm not talking. So he was a DevOps at Hotstar, and then eventually after doing a couple of interview rounds, he moved into Google, and now he is handling the DevOps, bit of a DevOps of some products there. So don't be very specific that I want to become just a DevOps at Google and nothing else. I think that's too rigid. Okay, Fahim says, I want to build Figma clone-ish. Please tell me some strategies how to build it. That's why people hire me. That's why people hire me, to find a solution that they want to build a product or something very similar product. They want to consult me what technologies will be able to build it, how the architecture is going to be, what code stack we are going to choose, what strategies we are going to choose, how the data flow is going to be there. That's where my expertise is, and that's what I charge for. Okay, moving on. Okay, do companies force you to use certain tools, IDE or OS? Can you use anything? For my case, Vim and Arch Linux for specific. Uh, Junior companies, or you can say Indian companies, don't force you anything on that, but sometimes there are specific roles that you have to go through with this IDE only. OS, they have never like restricted me in any of my job. Of course, if I'm building up like something related to Xcode and something, I obviously need to be on a Mac. But if you don't have a Mac, that kind of a scale of a company usually sends you a Mac. You have to return it back once the job is done. That's the only restriction I've seen. I've never seen a restriction for IDE. For other tools, I have seen restriction, like what I'll be using to like Jira will be using ticketing tracking tool, Jira, or maybe something else that company is using. So that kind of restriction on using certain tools, like what I'll be using for testing the APIs, I have been restricted once on that. But yeah, similar to that, but never on IDE. I have never been restricted to use where to write code. Never. That never happened. Invite Code with Harry on channel. I actually dropped another message to Code with Harry. I have reached him out 2 times. Probably he's too busy, so I think I'm gonna let him be busy and keep making content on YouTube. I don't want to sound like too pushy when I'm trying to invite anybody. If somebody is interested, I come forward first that, hey, would you like to join me? In fact, I like to start the cold talk. So I'm the first one who's breaking the barrier of saying first hello. I always go ahead and say hello first. I said it hello to Harry as well. When I sent it like 2 months earlier, he said I'm a little busy in some project work that I'm doing for YouTube and stuff. So I said, okay, cool. Last week also, I dropped him a message for the Saturday Live. He didn't reply. So I think he's somewhere busy, and we are going to let him be busy. Whenever he'll feel free, probably will join. I'm pretty sure he's working out on something for you guys. What is the best way to learn Angular for beginners? This is the time where I do shameless plug of my own courses. But yeah, I think at least that I have done a pretty good job in creating the Angular course on Learn Code Online. A lot of people have validated that as well. So probably you'll like it. Give it a try. Maybe at least start with a crash course. See if you like my teaching or not. That's probably one of the best way. That's a kind of a too much of plug of your own courses there. Okay, moving on. Rashmi says, what's your view on Spring Boot and microservices? Is it good to go with Spring Boot? Have you any plan for Spring Boot courses? First, quickly mentioning, I have a lot of plans for other courses, but I cannot share it with you. Coming on to the important question, which is about views on the Spring. Now, Spring is definitely one state-of-the-art tech, and if you're learning Spring or you're working on Spring, don't worry, don't hesitate. It's a really rock-solid technology. It's not going to go anywhere at all. So rest assured beyond that. And coming on to the microservices part, microservices is a debatable topic. In some cases, it performs outstandingly well when well architectured, but in some of the application, it just works horribly. Especially if the application is not that big and you're moving into microservices architecture, it's gonna give you nightmare and a lot of unnecessary code being pushed up. So be cautious while using microservices. Not every application needs microservices. Just remember that. And regarding the Spring Boot, just rest assured, this is a one hell of amazing technology. It's not gonna go anywhere. Okay, AWS or GCP, considering GCP is catching up fast. No, GCP is not catching up fast. It's okay, but it's not catching up that fast. I think Azure is second in the race compared to AWS. I don't think so GCP is coming anywhere near. Again, personal perspective. Okay, that chair link. This chair, you need this kind of a chair. This is any office chair. You can buy it from any nearby store or something. Like, I didn't bought it from online. This is a really old chair which was just sitting in one of my area's shop. I got it on a discount deal, and since then I'm using it. No fancy stuff. Okay, please make a video on Microsoft Azure. Yes, definitely, that's in the to-do list. It will come on YouTube as well. I'll probably post up some of the videos on that. Okay, Rajesh says, I have 5 years of experience with Angular. That's what I like. Instead of saying I'm 13-year-old, I'm 16-year-old, this is kind of a line how you start your comments. So big shout out. I have 5 years of experience with Angular 3 years and .NET 2 years. Okay, let me bring that back. Which path do you suggest a front-end developer, Angular and React, or full-stack developer, .NET with Angular as a career? I think once you have learned the Angular, moving into React is not going to be a big deal. I would recommend, instead of going into front-end, you should really go for the full stack. The pay is a little bit nice there, and since you already have a lot of experience already in your hand, the same experience is going to be counting up if you move into different stacks. So if you move later on into Ruby, or maybe a full JavaScript stack like Node and stuff, you're already having a great experience. Like 5 years is no joke. This is really a senior level experience. So I think you should move to full stack development, and especially try to keep your focus a little bit on the API development. Once you understand the whole syntax of like the CRUD APIs, search API, pagination APIs and stuff like, it's going to be really very similar in other frameworks as well. So my recommendation, if I would be on your place, I would be moving more into the full stack development. Okay, moving on to another question. In fact, another super chat. Okay, I'm working as AngularJS day job and React Native as a freelancer, but unable to switch. Where am I going wrong? Should I drop freelancing to get a better pay scale? See, taking both the things in side by side is gonna be very difficult. So the thing where you're going wrong is handling the freelancing as a day job as well, because working a full-time job and the freelancer are too much to handle. You can go for some kind of a job where you are just being allotted as 2 hours or 3 hours a day, and then you can handle your freelancing. So either choose freelancing now or just choose totally as a job, and both have their own perks. Both can have a good scale of pay as well. So both of them are good, but I think you are now in a position that you need to choose one. And I would say, if possible, lean a little bit towards React and React Native, because these are two really fantastic ones and can give you really good one there. But again, just a suggestion. So try to think on that. Now it's time to choose one. Okay, Satyam says, hi, I am in QA in TCS having 1 year experience. Nice. I want to switch into web dev. Would it be easy to find jobs after switching? Too early to switch, or shall I wait? No, I think you have 1 year of experience. See, the point is, in your situation, I would be thinking of moving as quickly as possible, because the more QA experience you are going to be having, eventually you will try to stay in the QA domain as well. If you want to switch it, right now is the perfect time. Your 1 year of experience will just count as, okay, you are somebody who knows the culture and the corporate environment, but nothing is going to be counted as the web dev because you don't have web development experience. Programming is a ruthless entire world, and it doesn't count just experience like anything. It counts experience when you actually have experience. You have QA experience. If you move into different QA company, you will be counted as 1 year, but not in the web dev. So right now is a good time that you should really move into development. That's going to be good for you. Okay, moving on to another, I guess we have another super chat. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Harish says, hi sir, I have completed learning MERN stack. Should I go for an internship or should I learn blockchain? I am currently in third year. To be honest, I don't have much of interest in the blockchain, so I don't think so I'm a good person to talk. I'm leaning a little bit against towards blockchain. It's a good stuff. I'm not saying it's a bad stuff, but I would be saying go for an internship. Anyways, the blockchain jobs are really hard to find. So even if you learn it as a hobby, that I was interested in it, that's why I learned it. Otherwise, move a little bit on the internship side, or probably learning something more which has more opportunities. As of now, blockchain might have opportunity. Right now, people see blockchain with the lens of Bitcoin, nothing else. So I think it's going to take some time to something. Okay, moving on. I guess we have more super chat. Okay. Krishna says, best way display data pagination in finite scroll. How much load do you want to have on your servers? Or if you're using maybe GraphQL or something, because every time you do a pagination, there is an API call. If you do infinite scroll, that's also an onload API call. So how do you want infinite scroll, or they both are same? I lean a little bit towards pagination because there is actually a manual API call, not just on the scroll you are filling up your servers. So I lean a little bit towards there. Hey Samprith, how's it going on for you? Hope things are smooth for you, for me as well, hopefully. When are you coming to Boston? As soon as both of our government decides that this is the vaccine we are choosing and we are allowing the visa on that. It's really horrible situation. I hope they'll give me visa once the things are done. Yeah, I would love to visit Boston again. Entire of the US tour would be nice after this. Okay, on which city you belong? I live in Jaipur as of now. Okay, let's pick up if we have more super chats. I guess not. Okay, we can take up more of the question. Please continue Golang series. It's not in the phase that Golang is now moved into a position, that series, that it cannot be continued. I need to start it fresh. There's a lot of things which has changed in the Go, especially my perspective has changed a lot about the Go. So if I will, I need to start absolute fresh on the Go. Again, take two on starting the series from absolute fresh. That's going to be one of the take that can go with the Go. Yeah, there's a lot that I was wrong about the Go in my mind. I have never shared it on YouTube actually, but my learning approach on the Go was a little bit not so optimized. I think I can do a better job if I try that again. How to be motivated? There are a lot of ways to get motivated. Sometimes reading good comments, for me it's important. Sometimes seeing a message in Instagram that somebody got a job. I don't know how I contributed it, but he shared that information with me. I think that's lovely thing. One of the reasons to be motivated. And another one is just use UPI and check your balance, and your bank account balance will help you enough to stay motivated. And if your balance doesn't says anything below 1 crore, you can say, yeah, I need to get up and work. If it says 1 crore, you can take a day off. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, moving on to some other interesting question. Why is Java hated by competitive coders? I see everyone in my college running for C++. I think your college is a little bit uh, unique in that perspective, because I haven't seen that Java is like, I was talking to one of this guy, Akshay, and his entire like Insta live session is on the channel of Akshay, sorry, and he is in Google and he worked entirely on Java for entire competitive coding. So if he can crack it to Google via Java, I think anybody can do it. I think there is some kind of a extra like blind following going on that C++ is the best language ever. If it would be best, there would be no other language. So keep that in mind. If some other language is there, that means something is missing from the other language. Okay, what is your bank balance? Uh, very offensive question. It's enough that I can live a happy life even without doing YouTube. And of course, I'm not taking any much of the brand deals on YouTube, although there are hundreds of them in my inbox. So it says a lot. I have decent, I'm not like a multi-billionaire, that's for sure, but I'm doing fine. Okay, let's move on to more questions, something more meaningful. Okay, there's an interesting one here. Hey Tej, can you please talk on getting into product-based companies without having any degree? Here's a surprise for you. It looks really cool in the interview when these founders and CEO come in and say, we don't need any degree. But if you go into the pages where their listing is, they say that we need an engineer or equivalent. What is this equivalent? Majority of the companies still needs a degree, and that is the harsh fact. Just to get more popularity in media or make a video go viral on YouTube, it's always being said that you can get a job without degree too, but the chances of that are spectacularly low there yet. Majority of the people are still getting hired via college and having good degrees or engineering or something like that. Okay, there's a super chat. Looks like I missed it. Yeah, I guess it takes sometimes. Why my loading is taking a lag on YouTube? There it is. Found it. I have 2 years of experience in native Android development. What is the future for doing it, or do I need to switch technology now? How to remove the fear of private job? Uh, I would say you don't need to fear that much. Private jobs are totally okay, totally fine. You eventually get the ladder up or start something of your own. It's a part of the life, don't worry. And you have a good amount of experience as Android developer. And if you want to work more in Bangalore, India, or somewhere in India, Android is definitely going to be required in a lot of companies, but I have seen a lot of companies using React Native too. So having a little bit of experience how things works in React Native as well as the core Android gives you a unique position to apply and just be in front of hundreds of developers. I think you should try a little bit more on the tech, and don't worry about the private job. I have done a private job for a while. I'm still doing it. It's okay. How to earn money without doing the job? You have to work, man. This is not a fantasy life that you don't do anything and you're gonna get paid. I don't know. It doesn't work like that. Like, what kind of question is that? Let's be honest for a minute. Even Salman Khan needs to work to get paid. Shah Rukh Khan needs to work to get paid. These people, why do you think they wear so many sunglasses? Their eyes are just being blasted through these lights all the time. Everybody's working hard in their own sense. So, how to earn money without job? I guess you're watching a lot of gurus videos that hey, earn money without doing anything. Amazon this business, affiliate business. Don't live in that life, my boy. This is really bad. How to know your interest in IT field? That's I guess I'm speechless on that question. How do you find interest in anything? How did you find out while playing something that you have interest in cricket or basketball or football or anything? How do you find it? You just like it and you do it. Come on, man. Okay, there is another super chat. Let me bring that up. Okay, where is... Oh man, come on. It doesn't load that fast. And okay, it says super chat by Abhijit. It says, "Hi sir, big fan of yours. Can we deploy a MERN stack on Amazon EKS? Do you offer any course for that?" Yes, you can do that. And yes, I do offer a course on Amazon, entirely of Amazon. Not just EKS, but I talk a lot in depth and in breadth about the AWS. So definitely you can do that after that. Okay, Rajesh says, Friday is weekend for IT employees. Change my mind. Here's a thought for you. It depends in which country your project is running up, and that's going to decide what's your weekend. Okay, let's pick up. Come on, it's lagging so much. Okay, there's a super chat by Kumar Sarvesh. It says, "Hello, Guruji." Hi, Hitesh is fine enough. I have done your React, MERN, HTML, PHP, and Bootstrap, and I have taken your new AWS course. Could you please explain me why one should add this skill? Uh, it's really easy. You have built up an application in the MERN stack or using Node, whatever the stack you have used. You have built an application. Now, what you're going to do with this application needs to move in front of hundreds and thousands of people. And do you think just spinning up an Ubuntu on Heroku or something is going to be enough? Definitely not. You need a lot more to be done so that these applications actually properly reach to person. There needs to be a load balancing, there needs to be an auto scaling, and you also need to save money. So if more people comes in, we can spin off automatically more machines. If people are not there, we can lower down the machines. And there's a lot of stuff. Things need to go out in production. If things will go out in production, it's going to be some kind of cloud or anything service similar to that. That's where AWS comes into the picture. I hope this gives you a more idea that whatever you have learned, to bring it in front of people, you need one of the possible solution, which is AWS. There are others as well. I'm not saying this course is unique and nothing else beats that. Of course, there are plethora of other courses and other options, but this is one of them. Okay, Palak says, why people are obsessed about FANG so much? I really don't get it. Like, to be honest, I was also kind of there, but not this much. What this time, the entire generation is that if you don't make it to FANG, you are nothing. And I see a lot of other companies which are doing miracle job. Hotstar is one of them. And on top of that, Paytm is handling crazy amount of transactions and all of that. So it's again one of the biggest startups of ever. Zomato is there, Swiggy is there, Razorpay is there, Instamojo is there, and hundreds of other B2B companies which are doing good and giving you equal scale of pay as well, probably little more there. But somehow this is a craze in entire engineering that if you don't make it to FANG, you are not there. I think this will eventually fade out, just like the craze of IIT is fading out, and now people are saying it doesn't matter if you are from IIT or not, it's your skill. And eventually people will be saying that it doesn't matter if you are from FANG or anything else, it's your skill. So eventually people will be going. Sachin says, I'm totally frustrated right now with myself. That's bad. You shouldn't treat yourself that bad, because I always get distracted. Any suggestion? Take a chill, learn to smile a little bit, and baby steps. That's how we do it. Don't take stress too much. That's not good for you. Okay, moving on to a little bit more of the super chats, if I can find them. Okay, this one is from Yogesh. It says, your views on Tailwind CSS. I personally believe that it is addressing a problem which do not exist. Somewhat I agree on that point. It's like learning new CSS class corresponding to CSS props. Uh, Tailwind is, in case for those who don't know, Tailwind is a framework, a little bit of a CSS, which just like Bootstrap give you some selected classes, and you can just inject these classes into cards and buttons, and you can get a look that of that exact same type just by injecting 2-3 classes. Tailwind actually gives you insane amount of control that a lot of people don't need. You can design the entire component just by having gazillion of classes. uh, I sometimes feel that, yeah, I agree somewhat with the point of Yogendra, and that's why I don't use it that much in my courses, because there are so many classes there. Like for padding, if you want padding of one a corner radius, or if you want padding of one, padding of two, padding of five, there's separate classes for all of them. I think for a lot of product it's not needed, and that's why there's always a polarizing context of Tailwind. People love it or actually hate it. Uh, I haven't used it in production. I haven't used it in any of my courses. I know it. I've studied it because I know people are moving a lot towards it. But I'm still not onto that phase that, yeah, I should go for it. I have not recommended that even in any of the consultancy as well. Okay, Pooja says, hello, sir. How do you manage multiple things such nicely? Thank you so much. And yes, this is one of the things you need to be strict as well as lenient at the same time. So in case you saw, like I visit gym almost like 4 hours a week at least. I try to hit more. But on top of that, if some of my friends call in and say, hey, today we are going for outing or maybe for a pizza, that's where my priority shifts from gym to friends or families and then work. It sometimes leave me with less amount of sleep. That's, I'm okay with that. But yes, we all are sacrificing a little bit, bits and pieces. So it's not easy, to be honest. But yeah, you have to manage it somehow. Okay, is product design a good career option? Depends. It's not that lucrative as a career of a product design in India. But a lot of what kind of product we are designing? Are we designing some kind of product which is Google, Apple kind of a sell these device? I cannot name this device, otherwise it's gonna start. It's an Amazon product which is used for, its name start with A. So that kind of product design definitely very lucrative and amazing. But product designing, if you're talking about packaging and stuff, that is not that lucrative in India. Okay, hey Rakesh, thank you so much for super chat. And perspective on quantum computing. I haven't touched anything quantum computing or anything read about it, especially after leaving my master's degree. Once I was done with the master's, that's where in one subtopic I studied it for just exam, nothing on that, nothing on top of that. Okay, GMR says, I'm doing PhD in maths. Whoa, that's a tough subject. I would like to work in industry, especially a job related CS, but I don't have much idea except data science to move forward. I know the basics all. Okay, I know the basics all CS core papers. What can you suggest? I think you are already in a very amazing position of having a PhD in maths. That's going to help you a lot. I think you should start moving by learning Python or R, and I think you're going to open up gazillions of opportunity for yourself. You are in a unique position where people are not finishing their bachelor's degree or even school. You are at a PhD in maths. You understand discrete mathematics and a whole bunch of arena of maths. Companies will be like madly will be looking for a person like you to hire. You just need to learn a little bit of Python or R and a little bit about how these algorithms are being used using the Python. That's all you need, and you'll be opening up insane amount of opportunities for you. I think from next month they are opening up some data science opportunity for Facebook in their France office. I'm not sure. I just heard it from my friend. So I think you should really focus now on Python and a little bit of machine learning libraries, specifically Numpy, Pandas, Matplotlib, stuff that's it. and you are in a unique position. Hey Hitesh, do a video on Redis and how it helpful in the backend. That video is already in my to-do list, but I wanted to first finish the AWS course. That's why I didn't made it, but it's gonna come up very soon. There are two courses on React Native on LCO. Which one is the best? Go for the one which is, I guess, cheaper one, 299 or something. That is more than enough. That is more than enough. Okay, let's pick up another super chat. It is somewhere here. Let me find that. Here it is. Harshit says, "Hey Tesh, what would be best way to build a product single-handed? Is it possible without a team? I have 2 years of full stack experience." Yes, of course. It is definitely 100% possible to build an entire product on your own. I have done it multiple times. Even Learn Code Online was a standalone product initially. Then I took help from a lot of friends and SaaS services and all of that. And it's definitely doable. I would say, yeah, go for that. And right now, the easiest of the stack that you would like to choose is probably one language stack, probably just the JavaScript or just the Python. That it can do. But if you want to go for a longer run, then eventually you will need teams. So what you can do, one of the advice that I give to a lot of people is, if you're going for a business and you don't have much of the deep pocket, start with doing everything on yourself. Don't depend too much on the money or the team. And if your idea is good, if the money is start flowing in, then hire people, and hire people who are a little better than you. That's what makes sense sometimes. Always, there are always going to be people who are there to do some of the other chores, but sometimes majority of the time you need people who are better than you, and that's what you would like to hire. So yeah, definitely possible. Go for it. 100% go on that. Okay, I have 7 years of experience in PLSQL. Please guide on data science. You are in a good position. Learn more about Power BI tools. I think you'll be good there. I don't have experience in BI tools much, but I have seen people that from this phase of SQL and this much of experience, go for that. Can I get job with Numpy, Matplotlib, and Pandas? Probably not. What additional you can do with these libraries? What have you done in the past with these libraries? What's the core idea? Because let's just say these libraries are not there tomorrow. How you're going to handle that situation? Core foundations are going to be important. Just learning the libraries, it's like saying, I know React, will you hire me? Probably if I have a job related to React, but if you're going for a big companies, they'll look that if the React project is tomorrow down, is this programmer capable enough to move into Angular or maybe a new framework or library that's coming in that will help us? So just saying that I know this library, hire me, I think that's not good. Okay, Raman says, completed BCA, sir. I have 4 years of experience in PHP, freelance and Envato. Should I take MCA or MBA in distance? I don't like distance that much, to be honest. Want to try business or do regular job? That's a complicated statement at the end. It says, want to try business or do regular job. If you want to try business, I would say go for business at least once. It will give you a lot of perspective about how to do job better and how companies are doing well with you or not. I'm always into recommendation people to try at least once business. Probably you'll fail, probably you'll not, but it's going to give you experience a lot. And regarding the distance MBA, I don't really like the distance courses that much. They are almost like taking an online class, so why to waste that much of money in just taking the class? So yeah, that's my views on this situation. Okay, moving on with Abhijit. It says, sir, I have 2.5 years experience and doing RPA technical job in Axis Bank. Can you suggest a path to become RPA developer? I have not much of experience in RPA. I see some of the feeds in LinkedIn, but sorry, but I don't have much of the RPA experience. Neither any of my friend is there in RPA, so I cannot tell you anything on RPA. So sorry, couldn't help you much there. But I think instead of just giving you any random path, it's better to say that I have some of the views on that or don't have it. Sorry, I don't have it. And I don't even have any friends who are working in that. Okay, moving on to another question somewhere here. Okay, let's go with Devesh. What's your suggestion on infrastructure as a code? What's the future of it in coming days? It's gonna be like, when the first time I saw it, that was the thing which got me really crazy. Like, can I do this really? Like, is it really happening? And I was like, gosh, this is going to change the entire industry, and it is changing the entire industry. Infrastructure as a code. Right now, the only like amazing solution as infrastructure as a code, it's with the cloud formation in the AWS. Apart from that, nothing works as brilliantly as cloud formation of AWS works. And I think in the future, for the DevOps industry, this is gonna work a lot. I know Kubernetes right now is doing crazily well, containerization service, uh, but in the near future, a lot of services will be moving towards the infrastructure as a code. So I think learning, especially the cloud formation, you can do that directly from the docs of AWS. You don't need to buy any book or course or anything for that. Just go for the cloud formation of AWS, give it a try. There are nice tutorials there and stuff, and that's it. But I think that's one state of the art technology. Go for the cloud formation of AWS. Other cloud providers also have this, but not that well. Okay, how to learn to build high scalable application. There is no book for that. You eventually learn a little bit of the DSA, a little bit of the past experience, knowledge and mistakes, and that's how you learn how to build scalable product. And that's why people who are responsible for the scalability of the product, they are experienced engineers. There's no book for, sometimes there's no book for some subjects. It's not a teachable art how to make things scalable. You can read few good books and have discussion, but there's no right path of doing it. It's just experience. That's how you go for it. Okay, I'm a full stack engineer building edutech platform like Udacity by my own. That's great, but unable to do things like very good authentication, deployment, etc. What to do? Uh, what can I say? Uh, I can offer you some of the platform if you need. But apart from that, I would say that uh, if you're not able to build good authentication, you should really rethink about the learning journey that you have made, or probably should learn more. You are not able to do good deployment, that is understandable. Like, you are not able to build up scalable systems, and that I understand. But if you're not able to build good authentication system, even that has like regular stuff, registration, some restrictions, login, forgot password, it's not like crazy big. There are limited options there, how to store sessions and tokens, JWTs. uh, think again. Sorry for being harsh, but think again. Are you doing things rightly? Like, building an authentication system and you are being challenged there, think again. And best of luck. I'm always interested in somebody who is doing the edutech. I'm kind of leaning towards that. Deployment, understandable. You need expert experience advice there, and sometimes experienced hands there. I needed that. So yeah, love your channel. Hey, thank you so much. Okay, hello sir. How to manage and deploy a multi-tenant architecture, and how to create individual tenant DB programmatically. Multi-tenant, are we talking about Azure and GCP? I haven't done that. To be honest, I haven't done that. I always try to stay in just one cloud provider, not multiple of them. It's a nightmare. The performance is really not measurable, so I don't do that. Okay, okay. Is switch to Hadoop dev worth it after 3 years? Explain web dev. Okay, that's too programmatic for me to read. I'll try. Uh, if you want to switch into big data stuff, always welcome to do so. Rest of the stuff I didn't understand. Sorry, it's too programmatically written for me. Okay, let's move on to another question, and I guess we have a super chat going on somewhere here, if I can find that. How to get IT job after 2 years of gap? Just like you get it when you don't have 2 years of gap. Apply that, show them you are valuable. Gap is not that much of a big deal now. Just say that I was having family issues, or I was having health issues. Everybody's having them in the corona, so go for something which is understandable, and also gives an indication that you are not totally out of the work. You have done a little bit of the work. You are not totally gone from the experience, something like that. Okay, Varad says, off topic, how's your gym? It's decent gym. It's not any hi-fi fancy gym. It's decent enough. It's good enough. And there is a super chat. Anban says, what is your opinion about BCA? I loved your Java course. Stay safe. Hey, thank you so much. BCA is okay. When we were choosing up like to do engineering or BCA, one of my friend opted for BCA. He went to work with Infosys later on. I did choose engineering and I worked into Infosys later on. I didn't like that much as a BCA curriculum. I realized that it's very less of a curriculum compared to engineering. And engineerings and MTechs are having much more, so that's what I like. If you're doing BCA, then also go for MCA or MTech. One of my friend in the MTech was there. He had done BCA, then MC, and then MTech. So I think that is a better path. Just with the BCA, I think you can do more. And by the way, Infosys offers you MTech with some of their, not MTech, MCA with some of their plan that you can work in Infosys and do MCA there. These options are there too. Okay, Chandra says, hi sir, I am 1.5-year React Native dev in Jaipur, nearby your area. Okay, I'm not asking for a job, happy with current job, good. But it's kind of a dream of mine to work for you, with you would be better, on React Native, maybe a to-do app, but I want to do it. We have a couple of opportunities, not with the Learn Code Online, but with one of my other company for the React Native developer. Again, we can definitely plan out something. If you are that much interested in working, maybe we can do a project. I do have lying around a couple of projects. We can do some of them, but it would be remote again, because the Learn Code Online entire of the working is done through Bangalore office. Here we do more of the freelancing work, and this studio is entirely reserved just for me, for the video stuff. Hit me up on the Instagram. Maybe we can figure out something more. We can do some collaboration for upcoming courses. You can help me to build some of the products and the code file so that we can have some more courses. Maybe we can figure out something for sure. Okay, development will have any scope after 10 years. Will we be there after 10 years, looking at the current situation which is going on in Manali and all these places? Do we have 10 years? I'm doubting that now. Okay, how design patterns help in development? Any book? Yes, I can. I have already uploaded some of the book information on Learn Code Online /books. But yes, design patterns book helps a lot. There is one book about refactoring. I'll link that probably on my Instagram story or something. That helped us a lot in the initial phase of LCO. So yes, design patterns helps you a lot. And if the design pattern, sometimes intentionally the design patterns get wrong, and then you have to rewrite the entire code. It's a really nightmare. Okay, moving on. Okay, it's been 10 already. A lot has been going on, so okay. I really like that how people are actually helping out each other. It's really nice to see that all helping out each other and a lot of stuff. Okay, hi Hitesh sir, what do you think about work from home? Is there to rule? It's going to stay. It's something which has come and it's not gonna leave. But there is a problem with the work from home. People like me enjoy work from home because we now are in a path that we can learn a lot by our own, and we can read the documentation, we can learn the stuff on our own. But there are a lot of junior developers who need a lot of mentorship and guidance. And if in your company there are senior developers who are nice for you and they can help you in a lot of situation, these kinds of things are going to be missed by the junior developers. They will eventually become senior on their own. I think this journey could be much more easier and helpful with a nice mentor. They are going to be missing that, this work from home culture, and I don't think so it's going to be leaving soon. It's going to be there. Okay, Ishan says, My college professor points out due to abstraction of high level languages, students don't focus on concept and research oriented subject. Your views? I, to some extent, I agree to your professor that abstraction is too much high there, but it's not like it's all bad. Abstraction is good. Now the way how things are going on, like for example, let me explain this, that in the initial days we were focusing in learning basics so much that we used to come into position of building a product very very late. So building of the product was like almost 5 years or 6 years ahead of us. Initially it was just learn the pointers, like this is like really ahead. We had to learn about the registries, then the assembly language, to understand a whole lot of things, then C, pointer, C++, and then a whole lot of Java and .NET and databases, and then we think about learning of that. Now since the abstraction is there, people build the product first, and then they realize that the performance is not good, then they eventually learn more languages which are more low level to the system, probably Golang or C++, or understand the concept about memory allocation and deallocation. So people eventually learn that, but now the path is different. And since sorry, but your professor is actually stuck so much in that path only that it seems like this is the only correct path, but it's not. The path always change in the IT industry. Now the path is not going in this direction, it's going in this direction where people build the product first and then they understand. I see so many people, experienced people who have built a lot of MERN and applications in the mobile app, they're learning via my C++ course because they want to now understand the system more deeply and more closely. So yes, a lot happens in the IT industry and there are a lot of opinions there as well. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up more super chat. But that's a nice question. I think that's really, really nice one. Okay, there is a super chat by Shubham. It says, Sir, I'm a student of CS, final year, working with Flutter, but I want to learn one more skill. Would you suggest me some skill that I should learn? Database. Anything in the database. Mongo, MySQL. Because after Flutter, learning React Native or React or Angular, that's going to be easy for you relatively, but moving into the backend side is still a challenging stuff for a lot of people. Not because it's tricky to write backend code, that's relatively easy. Understanding the code in depth of database is something that I would recommend. Go ahead, check out my MySQL course. It's I guess 199 or 299 or somewhere in the ballpark area. That's one of the very fantastic course. Go for that specifically. And you are in the final year, this DB skills is something that you should really have. So go for that. Okay, Prince says, how to get internship in LCO? You don't get internship LCO. I have burnt my hands and I had a couple of bad experiences. We don't have internship anymore. We do have project works. You complete the entire project, you get paid, and that's it. That's our deal. We don't do any kind of internships now. Probably later on, when I'll forget the past experiences, I'll start the internship program for 2 or 3 students again. But because there are a lot of promises when people apply for internship, lots of competitive programming questions and mastering that. But when actually they try to build the stuff, it's not that much of quality that I have received. I know this is exception that I have received, but that's the fact. That's what it is. So as of now, no internships. Thoughts on the self-help books? You should read it, but not too much in extent. Like if you read 2, 3, or 4 books of the self-help books, that's it. Because rest of them are exactly same. It just words are different. Okay, I guess that's all we got for today. Do we? Okay, so okay, Geek says, what were the past experience? It's not good actually to mention those experience because these people will feel bad about what they have done and what kind of experience they have given me. So I think we should avoid that. Let's just say it was not good. Probably it was because of me, because of them, whoever was responsible. It was not good experience. So that's what it is. Okay, I am a 10th class student. Okay, you are quite young. Good. And also a level 1 seller at Fiverr. Is it fine to continue with it? No, it's not fine for you to continue with it. You are in class 10. Why are you looking so much to learn? Or so much to earn, not learn. My bad. you shouldn't be on Fiverr or any other website as of now. Like, you might be having some of the challenges at home, probably, or you might not be having that much of money. It's okay. But I think your focus in the 10th should be more on playing outside, go outside, play football, play basketball, or if you're curious, kind of a bookworm, learn some good views, books, and have a more perspective outside the programming paradigm as well, or learn more about the programming. You shouldn't be selling your services. Your time is the most valuable asset right now, and you're selling your time for what? $5, $20, $100? Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that. I won't recommend that. I know I'm sounding like a big 50-year-old dad, but trust me, this is the best advice you can get. Rest of the people will appreciate that you are so young, you are earning so much money, so nice, but it's not good. Earning money in the young age is very dangerous thing. I've seen a lot of people ruining their entire career because they started earning so early in the life that they don't value learning now. Don't fall into this trap. This you for the entirety of the life you have to earn. So start it little late and focus more on learning or enjoy the life a little bit. Yeah, that's coming directly from me on this open public platform, that it's important for you to go out and play. Hi, how's the future of React.js for coming years? Sounds good to me. Unless and until Facebook fires the entire React team and shut down the Facebook and Insta too. So, seems okay, but I'm not sure. Because, in these few years, we have seen so much that predicting the future is something really. Moving Django's to production in Windows. Via Windows laptop, it's fine. On a Windows machine on AWS, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Please don't do that. Okay, another super chat by Tejas. It says, I am a BE civil fresher, but interested in web dev. Any suggestion? What skill should I develop to get a job? Start with my HTML CSS course. I guess it's 199 to 99 something. Start with that. That's always a starting point for any web dev. And it's not like a big course that learn every HTML tag or something. It's a short course that will help you. Start there. And yes, you are totally fine. I myself came from electronics engineering into computer science. So from civil and all the other branches, you can have that. Okay, let's go ahead and pick up more of the questions. Do we have more questions? We have a lot of questions going in. And some of them I'm gonna be skipping it because these questions just ask for the future of this, future of that. I don't know even future of what the country is and all of that. So I don't know. New setup tour. It's not a new setup, it's just old. I'm just using this laptop up here, so yeah, nothing more than that. Because I like this mic, so that's why. Okay, so I guess that's all what we'll be taking today. It's almost late, it's 10. Now I need to go back. Won't be working today because I just rolled out a course. I'll probably take today off. We'll start working from tomorrow again. A lot more needs to come out on YouTube. A lot of to-do list is there and it's bulking up. All of your suggestions that you give me on Instagram and stuff, I just copy and paste them on my Notion so that there's a to-do list going on. And it's massive to look at this to-do list. So many course requests, so many YouTube video requests. Some of them keeps on shuffling in the priority based on how many requests I get and stuff. So it's too much. Okay, so let's go ahead. And we will be doing that's it for this live. And again, I really appreciate for all of you to showing up. And if it is possible, just a small request, go ahead, check out my AWS course or any other course if you like them. Otherwise, there are a plethora of free courses. Go ahead, learn from them. Otherwise, YouTube is here. You can learn here as well. No such hurry or pressure. So stuff like that. So go ahead, check out. It's a nice, amazing course on AWS. Otherwise, keep on learning. Have a good night. That's all I'm saying. So that's it for this one. Okay, so hey Rishabh, Yogesh, Suraj and Aditya, thank you so much for joining, and for rest of all of you, I really appreciate that you have spent some time, came here. For all of that, in case you liked a little bit of it, hit that like button. Otherwise, it's okay, it's fine. We can still be friends. No need to hit that subscribe or like or anything. It's chill. Okay, bye-bye. So bye-bye, Sridhar. Let me bring some of you on board here, those who are saying bye. Okay, not that. Tanishq says bye bye, sir. Bye bye, Tanishq. And that's all for this live. Bye bye.